if I put the hours in nightly that I was doing with Fox Soul onto my own channel, in addition to what I'm already doing on my channel, I could potentially make 3 to 4 times the amount of money that I'm currently making. So
What's going on, heavy hitters, baby? Welcome to Heavy Hitter Media, where we like to read, rant, and review and talk about hot topics. The most recent hot topic that just dropped today is that Funky Dineva is no longer part of TGIF and has quit. He gives a description. Come on in, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's talk about it, because it's pretty valid. I'll be honest, TGIF will not be the same without Funky. No matter who they try to put in his place, it will not fit. And I'm sorry to say, but the show is not going to work. Al alone is cringy. Claudia is informative and good at times. But who in the world could possibly step in the place of Funky and the show be good? I think when they went over 2 days, it just became too much. So, I don't know. Let's listen to what Funky's talking about, y'all.
all right, so I'm not going to make this super lengthy, but I definitely felt like I owed it to the Funky Bunch and to the Soulmates just to come on and let you know that tomorrow when TGIF resumes, I, Funky Dineva Ross, will not be there. Yeah, I won't be there, guys, and it's definitely bittersweet.
Pause me, please. I have to admit, I kind of saw this coming, just with some of the commentary that he would make. But let me show you why I thought and kind of felt this was coming.
It's been a pleasure working with both of you and creating this magic on what we have here, TGIF, and I've enjoyed it. Our ups, our downs, we've gotten ourselves here.
Okay.
So I wish you guys the best going forward.
See, this isn't a typical Happy New Year, see you in a couple of days. This was a swan song, like, hey guys, enjoyed this. One of us is not coming back. And it looks like it's pretty much the nucleus. I know one would say it's Claudia because she is the host. However, without Funky, this show is doomed. Let's keep listening.
Know that there is no love lost between me and the Fox Soul organization, all the people that work there. Me, Al, and Claudia, all of us are good. It just simply came down to a matter of business, finance, and time. So the very short version of the story is when we were working 2 days a week, we were being paid at a certain rate for 2 days a week. And when we moved to 5 days a week, they said, okay, we're going to move you guys to 5 days a week, but instead of paying you $20 a show, we're going to pay you $17 a show. And all of us fought it. You know, we were like, well, wait a minute. Why are you cutting our pay rate? You know what I'm saying? And the general attitude was like, you know, I mean, yeah, guys, but look, you're still making more money because you got more days, which, depending on how you look at it, is true, but we're doing more work.
Pause me, please. So basically, Foxhole was over there milking and juicing the cow, trying to get more milk than it can actually push out. Again, like I said, I didn't really think they needed 5 days a week. However, it wasn't my job, my work. And the show became kind of repetitive until they got into a groove. And just because I have more days doesn't mean you decrease my value and my cost. You're providing more work. I need the same pay, if not more. Let's keep listening.
It never quite sat well with me. It never quite sat well with any of us. But, you know, we decided to push through and, you know, just kind of see what could come of the situation. And, you know, my agent and I, we negotiated our best, and I ended up folding and saying, okay, I'll go along with it. But instead of signing a 1-year contract, as Al and Claudia did, I was able to negotiate only signing a 6-month contract, wherein at the end of the 6 months, we would have the opportunity to renegotiate my pay rate.
Pause me, please. You know what? I have to say, Funky, that was smart because that gave you an out if you were necessarily unhappy and not stuck for a year. Again, when I said I kind of saw it coming because some of the commentary, Funky said he isn't used to working that much. 5 days a week, although about an hour or two, or however long that they chat or do whatever they do. But it was smart he only did a 6-month contract. Now it gives him the freedom to do what he wants to do. Let's keep listening.
And my contract officially expired December 22nd. And honestly and truthfully, I had honestly forgotten I had even signed or that the contract was coming up for renewal until somebody higher up in the organization called me about 2 weeks out and was like, your contract's up. We just realized that, what are you going to do? Are you going to resign? I was like, I don't really know. Like, ordinarily, when our contracts are up, we kind of start negotiating those things, 90 days, 60 days out to accommodate for situations like this wherein, you don't know if somebody's coming back or not. And so we started going back and forth. The people on the Fox Soul side let it be known very early on that there just was no additional money, or whatever the case may be. I hadn't heard anything from my agent because she was still working things out. After I got the phone call from the person at corporate, I called my agent and she's like, listen, they're really just not trying to move when it comes to the money. And I was like, well, I mean, to be honest with you, I can do 1.5 YouTube video and make that money. So it literally just became a sheer matter of economics and time.
Pause me, please. I'm not sure if any of you are a Funky Dineva follower, but I started to notice he started to record more. He started to put out more videos than he had within the past 4 years. So I think this was coming.
So if I can make the money weekly that I'm making at Fox Soul doing 1.5 YouTube videos, then it doesn't make sense time-wise and economically for me to dedicate 10 hours or so a week when I can make more money in said week in 1.5 hours. It just didn't make sense.
Pausing, please. Okay, so what he stated in the very last video of the year for them working together and before the new year, this makes sense. Let's look at it and let's see if we agree.
This last year, I've just been very lazy. I'll be the first person to admit doing just enough to get by. And this year, I really want to work harder to achieve my goals and amplify some of the platforms I'm on and the things that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, Al.
Okay, Funky. Okay.
So yeah, pretty much on the last episode when he said that, I also was like, and then for him to come out later today to state that he was no longer there, I was like, this makes sense. He is letting y'all know I'm on my way out here and I'm going to utilize what I have to get what I need. I just pray that they don't try to replace him with some obnoxious gay man like Carlos King trying to emulate that magic that Funky Dineva to me brings or brought to the show. The show is doomed.
And if there was a bit more intrinsic value in staying, I would have. But we're on year number 4 right now with the show, and we occupy the YouTube space somewhere that I have occupied now for 13 going on 14 years. As I shared with them, I don't need Fox Soul to sit on YouTube.
Okay, Funky, you better let them know. Baby, been here, done that. I started this. Baby, this is going to be interesting. And I agree, Funky. I always thought it interesting, but with the plan of hopefully you guys were going somewhere else. But you don't need to sit on YouTube when you're already on YouTube, when they're trying to pretty much get where you are. Of course, they have a bigger platform, Fox Soul. However, wow, this is interesting.
Where I've already sat, where I already have market share. I don't need Fox Soul for that. And in building up anybody's YouTube platform, it only makes the most sense that I build up mine in less time and for more money. If I put the hours in nightly that I was doing with Fox Soul onto my own channel, in addition to what I'm already doing on my channel, I could potentially make 3 to 4 times the amount of money that I'm currently making. So
pause me, please. The only caveat in what Funky is saying to me is Fox Soul had a team. They had a team to do the majority of the work. You just showed up. You do your part of the research and you comment on it. You do your commentary. You bring your je ne sais quoi, your Funky Dinevaisms. So now you're gonna have to, of course, put in more time, as he's saying, but he's not new to this. He's got almost 14 years into the game, and it can be done. And hell, if he can make more money on his own with less people, shit, why not?
The funny thing is, even with the addition or being given back my old rate, I still could make more money on my own. But at that point, it's a matter of just principle and just being seen, heard, and feeling a little more valued would have been enough for me to stay.
Pause me, please, Funky. Oh, they will see you and understand your value real shortly. Trust me, they will when these numbers start to drop. Because if they could get somebody like Carlos or somebody like, hell, anybody other than you, I might try for a little while, but I'm sure myself and a lot of people won't because we really came there for you. Sorry, we damn sure wasn't there for Al's cringy, wannabe pick me ass. Claudia,
But you know, they didn't have it in their budget, or they couldn't find it, or chose not to find it. However that went, I didn't have it in my time, couldn't find it, or chose not to find the time. That's really how it went. But there really is no love lost between me and the Foxhole organization. It was a great place to work. Al, Claudia, and myself created some magical moments, and I definitely feel like what we did tilted the needle a little bit and helped shift culture. It created a voice. Again, it was a great working environment, guys. Everything was cool. It just was a matter of time and economics, in short, in business. And just the business wasn't right for them. The business wasn't right for me. And so I decided to not renew my contract. That's the whole story. I didn't add nothing to it or take nothing from it. You know, there's those few people out there who don't like me, so they're going to make it their life's mission to come up with these conspiracy theories.
Pause me, please. Who? The one he calls Gary Coleman, Catfish? I'm sure she is over there just creating all kind of false, fake narratives, child.
As to why I'm no longer there, and I just ask that you don't believe any of that crap. Hey, don't nobody know nobody who know nothing, who heard anything, because that's not what happened. All right? Like, we didn't even know that I would not be back until the clock ran out, because we were still negotiating up until the last day that I was on the air. So that's the short of it. You guys can definitely expect to see me all the other places that you see me, plus some new places. Stay tuned for that.
Well, Heavy Hitters, that is pretty much it. Now he's just giving some additional thanks and talking about Taraji and her situation. Well, y'all drop into the comments. I cannot wait to see and communicate and chat with you all. What are your thoughts? Funky Dineva leaving TGIF after 4 years. Interesting. I honestly cannot see anyone replacing him, nor do I see the show being good, because he was just that special component. Al is just cringy with the ridiculous turning red and laughing at his own jokes. And Claudia brings a very professional aspect, and she's always together. I think her and Funky just, to me, made the show. Al could come or go. He brought no value other than all that research that he would pull and read off the screen. That's just me. So, y'all, let's meet in the comments. Let's talk about it. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And until the next time, y'all be easy. Peace.
You are now twerking to Heavy Hitter Media. You are twerking, Heavy Hitter Media. Heavy Hitter Media.
Y'all come on back and let's have this heavy conversation.